And of course, I had the botch at the end of that because the freaking stream botched because my internet freaking absolutely sucks. Oh man, this internet for the past couple days has been giving me so much problems, guys. I am so sorry that I am starting this stream all over again. But for some reason, during the last stream, I got some random alert that Safari automatically did an update that was apparently not able to go through because I was live. So it decided to interfere with my stream, which I do not appreciate at all whatsoever. And that does not make me the one bit happy. So all week I've been having problems with the internet. And I believe I already put the internet on my list. Yes, I did that. But so you know what? I have something else to say now. Because this is the reason why it happened. You know what happens when you interrupt my stream? You know what happens when you make me start all over again? That you make that it does not make me happy at all when it happens. Well, because this is the reason why Safari extensions, you just made the list. And yeah, by the way, in that entrance there at time, this time I did the entrance with the lights off for a cooler effect. You know, I was trying to be able to shut off the flashlight on my phone easier, but it's always so hard to get to, and it was so hard to press that little button, and then make my life easier. So you know what happens? Phone flashlight, you just made the list. Hopefully that is the last time we have to do this. But guys, welcome back, guys. For those who were here before, this is the Club of the Man 1993 coming at you. And this is, of course, take 2 for my NXT TakeOver Phoenix 2019 preview and predictions video due to my computer being weird. It was the internet, then it was the computer today. So, yeah, it's not been an easy week, and I've been wanting to throw this computer against the wall sometimes lately. But once again, I paid a good money amount for this Mac, even though it's about 3 years old. So hope to God I don't have to look into getting our computer soon, man. Ah, boy, that's the least of my worries right now. But anyways, let's do take 2 again, as I'm still energized. I'm able to talk again about the stuff that I was talking about before we had to read it, even though we were about over halfway done with the predictions. But anyways, we're going to get back to talking about this show, as it's an exciting weekend, as always, I say, to be a wrestling fan. Tomorrow's Friday. I don't know if there's anything really going on where you guys want to watch on Friday. Well, actually, it's something you can watch on Friday. My special live stream of the week, so I'll be doing my top 10 stream tomorrow instead of tonight. But anyways, so we're going to talk about, once again, my predictions for NXT TakeOver Phoenix 2019 that will be taking place this Saturday at 7:00 p.m. on the WWE Network from I think it's Talking Stick Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. It's the first takeover of 2019, and of course, guys, last year's takeovers were absolutely amazing. I gotta say, I believe all takeovers, including Philadelphia last year, got a grade somewhere in the A level. It was A-, A plus. They were all excellent shows. This one as well, I feel, could do the same thing. As we have 5 matches on this card that are pretty strong. And as always, guys, I will do my predictions in order of what I think these matches will go from beginning to end, of course, as always. So let's check who came back for the live chat. Larry's back to take 2. The internet for sure can be a freaking heel. He says was a YouTube problem. It was Safari. It must have tried automatically installing a new extension or something like that, and because of that, for some reason the extension was not able to install. Because of that, it decided to cut it off like that. So that's what happened there. I don't have expectations. Things like this can happen at any time. Oh, for sure, we have no control over it all. I hate the internet problems. I'm an internet addict, so that feels like dying inside at times. Oh, yeah, for sure. But thank you for coming back, though, Larry. Hopefully Mark will come back, too. He gave me his records already. But so let's go back and talk about this card again, even though I was most of the way through whenever I shoot. What was I going to say now? Most of the way through before the stupid internet, decided to be dumb on me. But anyway, so we're going to talk about my card predictions again for NXT, not card predictions, preview predictions for the pay-per-view on Saturday. So the opening match I think we will get is the NXT Tag Team Championship match between the Undisputed Era and the War Raiders. This, of course, has been long in coming for sure, as again, last year was the year of the Undisputed Era. And they were tag champions, I believe, from I think sometime in December of 2017 or early January 2018. One of the two. They were tag champions. No. It had to have been like somewhere, or actually, it may have actually been right after War Games, because I remember I went to I think it was in early December. I went to an NXT live event, and it was right after the week of the tapings. And I got spoiled with knowing that the Undisputed Era were going to be new tag team champions, because they showed up as tag team champions that night, but they had not been crowned new tag champions on TV yet. So it's been about over a year, not including a couple weeks this past summer where Mustache Mountain was tag champions. Of course, this actually fixes the fact that I completely forgot who they faced at TakeOver Brooklyn last year, because I had that I forgot in the first take. But anyways, so Undisputed Era has had that long run with the tag titles that we knew at some point they were going to have. And although they're mentioning that their goal for this year is to be draped in gold in 2019, I feel that may not happen in NXT, and more so maybe on the main roster. So my prediction here, though, obviously, and I feel it's time for them to drop the tag titles to the team that's ready to take over and lead this division, and that is the War Raiders. I think this is going to be a really hot match to open up the show, as most of the matches Undisputed Era have had to open up the show. Last year they opened up Phoenix. I mean, they opened up Philadelphia. They didn't open up New Orleans because they were the third match on that card. That's the match where Roderick Strong turned on Pete Dunne. They opened up Chicago, and I believe they also opened up Brooklyn, but I cannot remember for sure. I know they did. They made evented War Games, of course, but I think they can open up the show and get us off to a hot start for sure with the tag titles on the line. And I feel that this will be when the War Raiders win the tag titles, and I think Undisputed Era will stay for the rematch, mostly because I feel like they want to give Bobby Fish probably a little bit more time in NXT, since he had his injury. It kept him out for about 6 or 7 months last year. But I think they will have a rematch at TakeOver New York, or Brooklyn 5, whatever they're going to call it. And then after that, the Raw after Mania, Undisputed Era will go up to the main roster, I feel, from there. I was thinking this, though. What if the Undisputed Era go up to the main roster and, two of them win the tag titles, maybe that could be Fish and O'Reilly. Adam Cole either gets a mid card or world champion. I feel with this year, Adam Cole would more likely be getting like a mid card championship than a world champion right now. Eventually, he will be a world champion. That is for sure. But that, and let's say Roderick Strong, still spends time on Raw or SmackDown, whichever brand they go to. But what if Roderick Strong goes to 205 Live? And that's how they drape themselves in gold this year and take over the main roster. I mean, Strong could be on both brands, Raw or SmackDown and 205 Live. I mean, he had a great run in the Cruiserweight Championship tournament last year, I thought. What if they just choose to go that route for them on the main roster to fulfill that goal of drape themselves in gold? It could happen. If not, then when Adam Cole is ready to be champion, then he'd have Fish or Strong become like a mid card champion. Or even O'Reilly. Again, O'Reilly had a really good UK championship match against Pete Dunne, so he does have singles potential as well. But just a couple of fancy booked ideas for the main roster. As I give up my winner again for them. As I feel the War Raiders again will defeat Undisputed Era, and they will have a rematch at TakeOver New York or Brooklyn 5, again, whatever they're gonna call it. But that's gonna happen there. So that's my pick for the tag title match. The second match that's gonna happen is Matt Riddle and Cassius Ohno. This is the third match between these two. I say third match and not so much, well, then again, same thing, rubber match. But think about it. Matt Riddle's already won 2 of these matches. And the only reason why they're fighting again is because Cassius Ohno just agreed to be a sore loser pretty much. Even though, again, it's playing wrong the storyline, how he's been in this business for 20 years and he's frustrated. He's not getting anywhere. And he's tired of these little shiny new toys, getting the buzz. And he's just absolutely getting nowhere. So obviously, he was targeting, someone like Matt Riddle, who's like a big name coming in. And Matt Riddle, of course, beat him in that 7-second squash match on at TakeOver War Games 2. They had the rematch on the year in review 2-hour special they had at the beginning of this month. And that's when Ohno even though I had said already it happened sooner, whenever Ohno did attack Riddle like a week or so after War Games, that's where I think for sure, we could definitely say Ohno for sure went full-fledged heel when he at first looked like he was showing a sign of respect to Riddle, but then he grabbed Riddle's fist and just literally beat the hell out of him. And then of course Keith Lee tried to stand up for Riddle, but Ohno was able to beat Lee also. So here's the thing. I still feel the for sure bet is Riddle. I'm going to pick Riddle, but again, it wouldn't surprise me if Cassius Ohno does win this. Because let's be honest here. I've said this several times before, and I'm realizing this, not every new superstar has to have a long undefeated streak. Some people, yes, it works for them. Asuka, maybe Bianca. We'll get to Bianca, of course, in a little bit. But I don't think Matt Riddle needs to have an undefeated streak either. So, I mean, I feel at some point he will lose. And if they give the rub to Cassius Ohno, I guess it's fine by me because, it'll actually give Ohno some momentum, and you feel that they're actually serious about, making this guy like a true star, not just, some scrappy veteran coming to NXT to put people over, I feel. So, I mean, I'm still picking Riddle, but it's not going to surprise me if they give it to Ohno. And I won't be mad if they give it to Ohno either. But again, my pick is still Riddle. So we'll see what happens, of course, on Sunday. On Saturday night, this will probably be the second match of the show, as I predicted. Live chat. Let's see what's going to be going on the live chat. It's so funny because the Lex Man stream broke too yesterday. I didn't get to watch his Q&A, but I heard that happened with his as well, which sucks. Mark's back. Awesome. I already have 2 dream matches when Undisputed Era comes up. Let's hear them. One of the Usos would be awesome, actually, for sure, Larry. Adam Cole and Seth Rollins, yes, or Adam Cole and AJ Styles. Those are 2 matches that could easily happen at a WrestleMania. I wouldn't say this year, but definitely maybe WrestleMania 36 we can see that match. One of those matches for sure. I like those matches. Excellent ideas, Mark. The Usos would be good too, or against the Revival. if they're still around and booked better for sure. Yeah, say yeah. I wanted that T-shirt actually for the Revival. Actually, still on my list. Undisputed Era Revival will be good, but I predict that by the time Undisputed Era arrives on the main roster, the Revival will be in AEW, which that could happen as well. But again, WWE may not be granted a release, and if not so, they'll be around until like April of 2020. Sucks to be them unless they pull a Neville and just freeze their contract or whatnot, like Neville did before he officially got let go, and now he's going to AEW as Pac. So hopefully it works out for him there, and WWE realized they made a huge mistake, and they'll not to take their talent for granted anymore, you know. But yeah, we're not going to keep ranting on that. What's up, Robbie? He said the Rock and Ricochet. Still got to do that fancy booking video, my friend. But yeah, that sucks that their contract's not until April 2020. I heard. So yeah, and Robbie, this is take 2 for this stream because my internet decided to be an idiot and crash during the previous takes, even though I only had 2 more matches to talk about. But let's talk about this match again. The third match on this card, and again, the match that I feel personally could steal the show and steal this entire weekend and is already my predicted future match of the year candidate, at least through this month, of course, because we have 11 more months, guys, and 40-some more weeks left this year. So anything could happen. Like last year, I thought I already had my match of the year with Almas and Gargano, which, you know, still definitely was a top 3 for me, I feel, for match of the year. But it was I gave it to, of course, you know, something else. But this match, I feel, is going to be the match that steals this entire weekend for sure. And that's Ricochet and Johnny Gargano for the NXT North American Championship. Of course, I have a pick for this match. However, though, I'm not 100% confident that WWE or Triple H or NXT NL will go this route. I see a couple different ways this can go. Well, I have 2 different ways this is going to go. I'll give you my pick, but I'll give you what else I feel is going to happen. So this match is taking place because Tommaso Ciampa has been succeeding in being the puppet master and pretty much slowly consuming more and more of Johnny Gargano, making him from Johnny Wrestling to Johnny Badass. And he's loving it, and he's continuing to manipulate Johnny because he knows that, you know, in Johnny's soft spots, Johnny still wants to get his hands on Ciampa and be the one to end this nightmare and dethrone Ciampa of that NXT championship. So he's starting to, like, you know, slowly embrace that darker side. Starting off with when Aleister Black got in his way. I'm sorry, when Tommaso Ciampa, you know, spit on the wedding ring. To him not being able to him, you know, having Aleister Black in his way. To and then he attacks Aleister Black. To, you know, not being able to beat him at TakeOver Brooklyn 4. To the whole Johnny failure chance. To, you know, dealing with Aleister Black when Aleister came back and found out that Johnny was the one who attacked him in the parking lot. And then to the steel cage match where Aleister Black gets in the fight there, and Aleister goes in there and manipulates Johnny again to doing the whole DIY movement to try to fully consume Johnny Gargano and make Johnny Gargano not just Johnny Badass, but Tommaso Ciampa 2.0 pretty much, if you know what I mean. But as I keep saying, Johnny Gargano still seems to show some type of resistance, though. I thought it was going to happen at the steel cage match. It did not happen quite there. Even though they did do the DIY finisher, Johnny still kind of showed some resistance, like, holy smokes, is that what I did? Like, oh no, what not? Like, showing, like, you know, again, the soft side of him. Last night, of course, again, I had my TakeOver predictions knuckled down to a T until I saw last night's TakeOver, or not last night's NXT. And it changed, this match especially, it changed how I felt going into this match. I felt it was going to be predictable, but it's not so predictable now. Because I realize Tommaso Ciampa is going to come out during this match. He, just like he did last night with that ending segment, he is going to come out, and he is going to continue to, you know, manipulate and just consume Johnny Gargano more and more. And he's going to some ways try to help him become North American champion. Because again, last night, Johnny Gargano got help from Ciampa in beating down Ricochet. Aleister Black did come out to, take out Ciampa, but Johnny tried taking out Black as well, and then Ciampa did his business with Black, Gargano did his business with Ricochet, and then eventually, they both were walking up the ramp just staring at each other like, I can't believe this is happening. Are we really doing this? And Ciampa extended his hand out, hoping to seal the deal with Johnny Gargano, and then as I predicted after War Games, Candice LeRae comes out, and seems like she's being the one who's trying to hold Johnny back from fully, embracing that dark side that Tommaso Ciampa has just pushed upon him. Pretty much telling him, no, this is not you. You are not doing this. So what do I see happening with this match? Well, my prediction, again, is for Ricochet to retain. If it was any other person, I would think, I would be more confident with Johnny winning the championship. But it's Ricochet. I really don't think he's going to drop that title. I feel Ricochet is going to at least be North American champion for about a year. I feel like he's going to get a long run with that North American championship. However, though, if Ricochet retains, either way, again, Tommaso Ciampa is going to be out there, as I said before. If Ricochet retains, to still have an excuse for Johnny Gargano to come out in the main event, I think Aleister Black will come out and pretty much take out Tommaso Ciampa, stopping him from helping Johnny Gargano. And that could, of course, lead to Ricochet winning the championship and Gargano wanting to get his revenge on Aleister Black. Or, my pick is Ricochet retaining. But I also see this happening. Ciampa being out there to help Gargano, and he succeeds. And Johnny Gargano becomes North American champion, and he, embraces Ciampa's dark side, and he pretty much goes in and helps Ciampa in the main event to repay him for what he did. Even though, once again, Candice LeRae is trying to stop him. But my thing is what if Johnny sees this as an opportunity? This is Johnny waking back up, but he wants to continue digging into this, hoping that he can get Tommaso Ciampa to fully trust him. That way, bam, when the time comes, he could catch Tommaso Ciampa off guard and beat him in his own game, basically, if you know what I mean. What if Johnny tells Candice, let me do this, but let me do this just so I can, gain the trust of Tommaso Ciampa. That way, when the time comes for me to finally end this nightmare, he will not expect it. So here's the thing, because what the reason why I also have some thought that Johnny could win the title is because Velveteen Dream has mentioned North American Championship last night. So if Johnny would win the title, it's not going to last that long. It's going to be a couple weeks, and I feel that they'll have a triple threat with Gargano, Velveteen Dream, since there is some history with Gargano and Dream with the whole Johnny Failure stuff, and Ricochet. Ricochet will win back the championship. Right before, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny, pick back their feud back up, and they have their last match at TakeOver New York or Brooklyn 5, whatever. But I'm still going to go with my safe bet here. Ricochet wins. This, though, will be the match to steal the show, and this probably will be my early match of the year candidate. So that is my pick for the North American Championship. Live chat, what do we got here? Let's see here. Who's the true Mr. TakeOver? For sure, it's Johnny right now. It'll be interesting to see, but I say this will be Johnny's TakeOver, which it could be. Johnny's TakeOver. That'd be a pay-per-view. Mark gives the rivalry to Gargano and Ciampa for sure. Every true wrestling fan who watched NXT did. Again, Ciampa and Gargano being like rivalry of the year last year was penciled in for me as soon as the new year started last year. Like I knew that feud was going to be the best storyline of this year last year for sure. Isn't SummerSlam in Canada this year? So that would make it TakeOver Canada. That or again, I think it's in Toronto, so it could be TakeOver Toronto 2, maybe. We'll have to wait and see though what happens in the summer. Is it strange? I think Bobby Fish will get a shot at the North American Championship. He could, he could like before they go to the main roster. We'll wait and see, but it's possible, Larry, for sure. Now let's get to the part where we got to before my internet acted weird. We are now on the NXT Women's Championship match. Shayna Baszler and Bianca Belair. This is also a very tough one for me to predict. I did think this is going to be one-on-one because since Bianca Belair is a heel, has been a heel, she's slowly starting to revert to that babyface side. But I'm not sure to just do that because she's facing Shayna Baszler or if they're serious about her making more of a babyface. So here's my thoughts on this. Months ago, you got me saying, here's first off, unfortunately, Dakota Kai is not going to be able to be the one to dethrone Shayna Baszler, as I said, for most of the year last year. I wanted it to be Dakota Kai based off of their history whenever, from that first match these two had last year in January in their debut matches. And based on what happened in that match, I thought, what they have Dakota overcome her fear and she defeats Shayna. Well, now that may have to wait till a year or two on the main roster because Dakota did suffer a knee injury, I think, right after Thanksgiving, and she just had the surgery last week, and it was an ACL injury. She's going to be out for at least half this year for sure. So it's not going to be Dakota Kai. It still could be Bianca Belair, but it may not happen at TakeOver Phoenix. And here's why. Bianca Belair, after a year and a half, I believe it is undefeated. Undefeated. Or undefeated. Undefeated. And of course, that's kind of this will make her into more of a babyface character. Let's be honest, as I keep saying, Bianca Belair has been a heel, but she's just been cocky and winning matches clean. So I feel that, Bianca can be someone who could roll over the undefeated streak, or she doesn't have to have the undefeated streak. But I'm still starting to feel that I feel that she's ready to contend, but I feel like her character still to be spiced up just a little bit more, I feel. Besides her going on saying undefeated, like something else to her, I feel like needs to be spiced up just a little bit more. Because of that, I don't think this time Bianca Belair will win the championship. But I think she could maybe either before next TakeOver or at the next TakeOver. Bianca Belair will be NXT Women's Champion, I feel. I could be wrong, of course. But I think Shayna will retain, and she will face Bianca again, or even maybe a triple threat or something like that, at the next TakeOver, where Bianca wins the championship, but Shayna just goes to the main roster. She doesn't do the rematch or anything. She just goes up to the main roster, I feel, after that. Because, of course, we will talk about Shayna in my Rumble predictions as well. But I think Bianca just needs a little bit more work on her character, in my opinion. And that's why I'm going to say Shayna retains. Hopefully I get no hair done, but that's just my opinion. If Bianca wins, I'm cool with that as well. But I feel like not this time. I feel like one more round until Bianca gets that championship, I feel. That's just how I feel about it. So my pick for that is Shayna Baszler retaining. Live chat. Let's see what we got here. And we get Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole for the NXT title later this year or next year. That would be interesting, but I still think Undisputed Era is going up to the main roster after Mania, so we probably won't get that match. But I think who Gargano would drop the championship too if he won the championship. Not sure. But Gargano and Cole could happen if they decide to keep them. I still feel Undisputed Era is ready for the main roster. Okay, just my opinion though. But that would be an awesome match though for the NXT title, Gargano and Cole. And don't forget, Bianca Belair is undefeated for sure. Robbie said either Io Shirai, Candice LeRae, or Dakota Kai will dethrone Shayna for the title, which those could work for sure. Ted. Imagine Johnny and Candice holding titles at the same time, which that would be awesome. Jessamine Dugan and Marina Shafir are probably going to interfere also. I do agree, which I feel if that does happen, that might, help, us more so further Bianca Belair's babyface turn. And she kind of, since Dakota's injured, she might, Bianca might be the one to kind of like, fill in, what Dakota was supposed to be doing with Shayna and Dugan and Shafir. Which we will actually think we will be getting a dark match between them also for the Fallout show from TakeOver Phoenix next week, also with the match of the Forgotten Sons and the Street Profits as well. We will be getting that too. But yeah, I can see that happening as well. Robbie said, I think AEW should acquire Bad News Barrett and then have Barrett tell WB, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. If you want to, cool. But I did hear a rumor. I mean, I don't watch Lucha Underground. But I did hear a rumor he was doing something with Lucha Underground, I believe it was. So, I mean, maybe he'll still do Lucha Underground, but Bad News Barrett going to AEW, let's do it. I seriously might check out AEW now, especially I've heard they might be getting a TV deal. Might be getting a TV deal, like TBS or one of Ted Turner's TV companies for sure. And yes, Rusev is a total diva. That makes me sick. But yeah, so that was my idea for that match. And then finally, the main event, I already talked about it a little bit, but the NXT Championship match, Tommaso Ciampa and Aleister Black. I feel this is going to be Aleister Black's final match in NXT, as we will talk about him for sure in my Rumble predictions as well. But, this is him getting his one-on-one rematch, a match that took place back at the end of July that I know that was great then, but a one-on-one match between these two will be even better on pay-per-view. Even that triple threat match that probably would have happened at TakeOver Brooklyn was pretty good. Would have been pretty good as well. But of course, that's when Black had that groin injury. He had to have groin surgery. And he was out for about 3 months. And then that whole who attacked Aleister Black storyline took place as well, which, again, that storyline to me still kind of ties in with the Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano feud. So that's why when I refer to that feud, I kind of like tie that in with that because, well, then again, if it didn't end up being Johnny Gargano, then it would not tie into it. But you know what I mean, pretty much with that. But it's obvious that I think Tommaso Ciampa is going to retain. And I still feel that this match will be where Johnny Gargano officially embraces that full dark side. I think, again, either way, either he's going to want to come out to get either get revenge on Black for helping, for, pretty much, getting Ciampa out of the way and for Ricochet to be able to beat Gargano. Or if Gargano does win, he's going to be out there for to pretty much return the favor to Tommaso Ciampa. But either way, Ciampa is not retaining that title clean. He's retaining the championship, but he's not retaining it clean. And this will be Aleister Black's final NXT match, in my opinion. Once again, so yeah, I mean it's still gonna be an awesome match. Again, I'm gonna do live reactions on Saturday for the North American Championship match and this match. These are both going to be awesome, chaotic, physical, and brutal matches. But I still think that North American Championship match is stealing the show. This is stealing the show for sure. Because there's a lot of things that's going to be going on in that match. And he's going on in this match too. But yeah. So those are my picks for NXT TakeOver Phoenix. My picks again are War Raiders winning the tag titles, Matt Riddle beating Cassius Ohno, Ricochet retains the championship, Shayna Baszler retains the title, Ciampa retains the title, and DIY fully reunites for the time being. But again, this could be Johnny Gargano just telling his wife, hey, let me flow with this just to get into his head and make Tommaso Ciampa feel like he could trust me. That way, when the right time comes, I can basically, what's the word I'm looking for here? He could basically, catch him off guard and blindside him until we get that final match at TakeOver New York or TakeOver Brooklyn 5. Wherever we're going to call it, to keep saying. But yeah, guys, let's check the live chat one more time before I take a short break and then go live for the Rumble predictions. So let me see here. I'll take NXT Nakamura over main roster Nakamura all day for sure. They have my full support. I love that the wrestling world is changing finally for sure. No matter who walks out with the titles on Saturday, could you see a fatal four-way main event Mania weekend between Ciampa, Black, Gargano, and Ricochet for the NXT title? Actually, I'm for that match for sure. Obviously, Ricochet, has done a great job with the NXT North American Championship. But if they want to put him in a match for the NXT title, take my money. I'd be for that match for sure. A lot of reactions on your channel, or are you at Daniel's place? For TakeOver, it'll be on my channel because I'll be watching it. I'm watching it alone Saturday. For the Rumble on Sunday, any live reactions, just peek at Dan's channel, see if he has any, because he's probably gonna have some for the Rumble matches. I gotta say, but yeah, that'll be that for Sunday. But again, on my channel Saturday night, I'm gonna be doing live reactions for Gargano and Ricochet and Ciampa and Black for sure. Mark heard that Lucha Underground is done. That sucks. But yeah, we still have a lot more, of course, to talk about, but we will talk about a lot of things when we get to the Rumble predictions as well. There's a lot to talk about for that one. That's going to be a nice stream as well. And make sure Dan doesn't doze off and start singing in his sleep like he did on the part 2 of the Year Review Awards video. For sure, man. I'll make sure. Hopefully that's not happening, because I do think Rumble could be a good show on Sunday, but we will see what happens. Larry's watching the full show and checking the reactions out later. No worries, Larry. I understand. But yeah, guys, I'm going to take a quick little break here, and we'll be back again for my Royal Rumble predictions. But yeah, guys, give me your thoughts on NXT TakeOver Phoenix. What matches are you excited for? What are your predictions as well? Your thoughts down in the comment section below, as always. And be sure to always click my like and subscribe more content to my channel. You may follow me on Twitter as well at DemandAirborne93. And until then, guys, I will see you guys all in a few minutes for my Royal Rumble predictions as well. So until then, guys, I'll see you all then. Peace out, everybody.